right, we back. We back. This is Jenae. What's her name? My bad. Ashlee Jeanee. Another one. You know, this time it's a female. Apparently she was an influencer. She's another one showing off the white man. It don't matter what type of man, but you know, when y'all get with a different race and think he's better than your race, it's a mental issue. It's a mental issue. So we don't know if he gonna get away with it or not. But Uncle Duke Jackson, shout out to him. Shout out to Uncle Duke Jackson. Somebody did some homework. He found out old boy was in the crypto world. And it was crashing. And he lost it all. So, hey, maybe things changed. Check out the video.
Women dating white men that make less money than them. In fact, many of these beautiful black women are even
like
taking care of some of these white men. And that's really unfortunate. But that's
what
not
they want to do, though.
Women. Especially if you're beautiful like Ashlee Jeanee. By the time November 2025 came about, Ashlee Jeanee was not dating just any white guy. She was dating a white guy that was really balling. And his name was Joe McCann. You see, anybody can fake it on YouTube or fake it on social media.
TikTok,
but not Joe
Facebook.
McCann. Joe McCann is the CEO of Asymmetric. Asymmetric is a company that has a dual vehicle structure. Number one, it operates as a venture capital fund, meaning that it invests in web fintech startups. But the second component of this company is that it's a liquid alpha fund, meaning that it trades and invests in cryptocurrencies. This made Asymmetric a really successful company, especially to investors. When you're a charismatic founder like Joe McCann, people are not just investing in Asymmetric. They're investing in you. Just like Elon Musk, whenever he comes up with a new company, people are not looking to invest in his new company. We're looking to invest in Elon Musk because we know that Elon Musk
that's one thing
will make it happen. And in 2024, Asymmetric was doing this.
This guy is a finance expert who runs the best performing hedge fund in the world over the last year and generated.
Okay, there you go. So, like I was gonna say, I ain't telling that on. That is very important in selling a product or selling anything. You have to be a likable person, a person that can sell yourself, a person that can sell that thing. And you have to get people to buy into you, believe in you. It's the only way it's gonna work. I know that because I've helped run a couple different businesses. Been a trainer, whatever. Been into management. Met CEOs of different companies. So it really is about you. Yes, you need to have a good product, but you got to be that woman or that man also. They can get the deal. Very true.
Millions in crypto. So I asked him, what's wrong with the get rich quick stories we keep seeing? And here's what he said.
People want the easy button. So they search the internet and go, how do I become a crypto trader? That's awesome, but that's not actually going to make you a really good trader. And so the media also loves to highlight these types of things. So if somebody's like, meet the kid who put $800 into WIF and made $2 million, that's a lottery ticket.
Joe McCann was running one of the best crypto funds on planet Earth in 2025. He was investing in coins such as Solana and Bitcoin, and he was on top of his game. And when you're on top of your game in the investing world, you get into more doors, you get into more rooms, and more people want to be a part of what you got, especially the clout. When you're managing people's money, let's say, for example, if you have like $100 million invested, well, if you're managing the fund, you can take 3 to 5% of the fee for yourself. And that is a lot of money.
Yep, definitely.
Now, Joe McCann was a guy who majored in philosophy at Portland State, and he pretty much taught himself all of this stuff. So to go from a philosophy major to making $5 million a year at least is something incredible. So Ashlee Jeanee had the right guy, or did she?
Or did she?
Now again, it's still 2025, and Joe McCann is with this much younger, beautiful black woman going all across the world. They're in the United States, they're in Mexico, they're everywhere.
Living it up.
But there's just a problem.
What's
Joe's
the problem?
company, Asymmetric, is not doing well. You see, 2024 was different, but 2025, parts of the cryptocurrency market were crashing, especially the coin Solana. And he went from making a bunch of profits to losing almost $100 million. He would appear on this podcast called Kyle Chassis Crypto and talk about the mistakes he made with his portfolio for his clients.
2025, every single narrative failed for Bitcoin. And I got caught up in that. I think a lot of fund managers got caught up in that, and a lot of just retail investors got caught up in that. And the narratives that had worked prior to Bitcoin just flat out didn't work.
But wait, there's more.
And that was 2025 for Bitcoin. So I look at it like this asset and the asset class is now mature enough where I don't want to say it's boring, but the narratives that pushed the price of Bitcoin previously just don't work anymore.
He can't really tell the entire story, but what he's talking about is, listen, I made the same mistake that many other fund managers did, and we messed up. We lost a lot of money. The stuff that worked last year in 2024 simply did not work this year. Basically, what he did was he misread the maturity of the market, which led him to being caught off sides and suffering the major losses his fund experienced. And his fund lost a lot of money, a whopping $100 million. Joe McCann was broke.
Man.
Now imagine this video was just less than 3 weeks ago. Joe has saw that his fund had 80% wipeout year to date, which is terrible. This is typically a terminal event for any fund manager's reputation.
Right.
He had a plan. He was about to pivot into a massive new project called Accelerate. This is another altcoin or cryptocurrency coin treasury company that he was trying to raise $1.51 million to move away from this failing hedge fund. By late 2025, that deal was canceled from institutional investors because they backed out because of the performance and red flags surrounding Asymmetric's losses. Remember, Iggy Azalea came on Ashlee Jeanee's post and she was commenting RIP. Now, the same Iggy Azalea, the singer, even came and said this: he was discovered to have questionable business practices, and everyone that I know stopped doing business with him in 2024. People had questions about how he ran his company, Asymmetric. Woo!
Asymmetric.
Let's fast forward.
Talking about it.
Now it's April 2026, but Joe McCann is pretty much broke. His fund is losing a lot of money, and this chick Ashlee Jeanee is bragging about this white guy who was on top of the world in 2024, but in 2025 he doesn't have a whole lot of money. But the guy is spending a lot of money. But why is he spending so much money on Ashlee Jeanee taking these trips when he really doesn't have it? Well, Joe McCann had to keep being the man. He had to look like he still had money, because remember, people were not investing in Asymmetric or Accelerate. They're investing into him. So if he stops looking like a winner, then investors panic and then they pull out their money and then the fund goes down even more. He
I'm
also
sorry.
needed to leverage for the.
I'm sorry. I can't get over the damn weave, y'all. I can't. Oh, the weave. The weave. She can't even do her real hair. Like, man, I hate weave, y'all. This is a weave free zone. Damn. Just comb your
next
fucking
pivot.
hair.
And having a beautiful young lady like Ashlee Jeanee was the issue. He needed to maintain social capital with Ashlee. Now, he may not have loved Ashlee, and we're going to find out that he didn't. But this is what he was doing. His brand was built on being the wealthy benefactor fiancé. That's what he was doing. But then, here is the terrible part. Joe McCann and Ashlee Jeanee got to Tanzania around April 4th, at least from what I seen, okay? She posted on April 5th. That's the last time we heard from her. We didn't hear from her on April 6th, April 7th, April 8th, April 9th, April 10th, April 11th, April 12th. But we do see that while this girl is missing and most likely dead, what do we see Joe McCann doing?
What?
Yeah, Joe McCann is literally on X,
Whoa.
trying to find new people to invest into stuff.
We trying to get some money.
Not worried about his deceased fiance or girlfriend. Let's look at this. April the 7th. We most likely believe that she's dead. He says this.
April the 7th.
The top 30 most in-demand startup secondary
Right here at
shares
the
in
top.
Q1 2026.
Right
No
here.
surprise, AI and defense techs are at the top of the list. It's interesting. He's not talking about his girlfriend at all, is he? Another success story from a normie. I mean, this is another post on April the 8th. Again, nobody knows from his girlfriend. He hasn't reported her murder yet. He is posting about the murder. April 6th, narrative violation. Remember,
6th.
she doesn't post on April 6th. Nobody's heard from her, but he's posting online. Look at this. Okay, hear me out. Let's divide a country where one half is socialist and the other half is capitalist. Although we don't know where the full half of his black girlfriend is.
Right.
Then we hear this. The word expert in media has come to mean pundit with Davos liberal talking points. Bullseye, April 6th. Nobody heard from her that day. He reposted, I have never been so bullish on the United States of America. I mean, he's real active. Silicon Valley is long the right tail. Wall Street is long the left tail. Now, imagine this. His fiance is missing or deceased or dead.
And
And Joe McCann doesn't
like
care anything about her. Guys, he's on X talking about cryptocurrencies, AI, and everything else. Completely not caring
That
about this young
narcissist,
lady
man.
at all. But then people started coming onto his posts on X after he shut down his Instagram accounts. What are they saying? Please, can we know exactly what happened, Mr. Man? Woo!
Uh-oh.
Your wife just died and you're on here talking about AI success stories? Oh yeah, you definitely need to be investigated.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Other person goes, you murdered your girlfriend and you're trying to twist it to self-deletion? You're not going to escape this. And after really doing the research on Joe McCann, I mean, this guy is a complete narcissist or sociopath.
That's what I was
he
gonna say.
never really cared about this lady in the first place.
The whole
I don't know,
time.
they may have gotten into an argument or gotten into some level of a disagreement, and he took it out on her. I don't know if it was the pressures of losing all that money, but realistically, she was just a means to an end. He most likely deleted her and got rid of her and didn't even care about her life. He went on as if nothing had happened. And I want to talk to certain women in the community that really want to date with men who can take you into nice places. You know, they have this money. You got to be careful with a lot of these guys, especially
all money ain't good money.
the dudes who say they make money in crypto, they make money in investments, and these guys can offer, these
not even just that.
lavish lives. People who are typically involved in stuff like this typically are involved in things that are very, very dangerous. In order for you to make this kind of money, you can't really care about people. You just can't. You have to really be willing to care about yourself. And typically people who make this kind of money and want to offer you this lifestyle so fast, especially if you haven't done anything to earn it, it really means that it's dangerous. Like if a guy comes into your life within 6 or 7 months and he's doing all of these crazy, exciting things for you, then
Scooping
ask
you off
yourself,
your feet.
do you feel like you're special? A lot of women think that they're special, but you really got to check that. You can't really be accepting stuff from these guys you don't know, especially if these guys are Caucasian. Tariq Nasheed said something that was really important, and I really want to play that right now.
When you're dealing with somebody in an interracial relationship, you're a black person dealing with somebody in the dominant society, and you get to arguing with them. You're dealing with a system. See, your white partner knows exactly what they represent.
Yep.
They know they got a system to back them up.
Yep.
A system that is on code with them.
Yep.
So in a domestic dispute, they will weaponize their racial privilege. They know the authorities in the justice system is designed to protect them and criminalize you and give them a pass. So you put yourself right in the belly of the beast.
So do.
Don't think these people don't know that. With the white T men and the white women too.
They both know.
All the white women know this too. They know it. You do not be confused, family.
Trick argues that if a black person is not just arguing with individual partner, but dealing with the system. When you have a conflict with the person from a dominant society, they understand that they represent the system to back them up.
Yep.
Now imagine this man would have never did this in America because he would be caught. But in Tanzania, he felt, listen, I'm a white guy. She's black. She's from America.
Yep.
It's going to be easier for me to say that, you know what? I walked in and she hung herself. Well, the chances they could believe it are possibly true. You know, you got an American that died in Tanzania, in East Africa. And to be honest, a lot of people in East Africa favor white people. It's something that can be very believable.
Everywhere.
And he can walk away with this because he knows he has racial privilege, especially in Africa. And this is what a lot of black women will have to understand.
I know so many
when you're dealing with white
people
men. Same thing with black men and white women. They have an advantage over you. They have an advantage over us. We think that it's equal until it's too late.
They ain't no equal.
Well, guys, what do you think? It's your boy.
Appreciate it, y'all.
Duke Jackson.